pine bark with river mud on my skin. Midwife was a black crow in the morning, let me in. My first cry hit the thicket, my first breath tasted rain. The wolves all held their distance like I was a sacred flame. I learned the shape of hunger from the deer trail in the frost. If you grow up in the wild, you learn what matters most. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, I was made of root and stone. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, born in the brush and left alone. Left alone. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, I'll go back where I was grown. Drank from cracked creek water, counted scars on my hand, watched the fox run circles through the long wet sand. I buried my small treasures in a nest of cedar shade, and I heard the crows calling every time I prayed. I learned the shape of leaving from the foxfire in the bog. If you love this kind of living, you learn to walk like fog. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, I was made of root and stone. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, born in the brush and left alone. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, I'll go back where I was grown. When the snow laid down its blanket, I could feel the earth pull near. No stone name on my body, just the deer path and the ear. Lay me where the brambles bend, where the cold creek cuts the land. Let the fern grow over what the fire won't understand. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, I was made of root and stone. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, born in the brush and left alone. Left alone. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, I'll go back where I was grown. Wildborn bones, wildborn bones, let the wild call me home.
You spilled coffee on my sleeve that morning, called it fate, I called it clumsy grace. Neither one of us was looking for this, but we fell in anyway. And I keep asking myself the same old question, lying here in the dark, staring at the ceiling fan. Were we ever meant to happen? Or did we just happen to land? 'Cause I don't know if we were a mistake, or the sweetest wrong turn I ever made. I can't tell the difference anymore between the breaking and what came before. Maybe we God, I loved you in the past tense of a laugh. A happy accident, still holding on long after the accident is gone. You used to say we ran on borrowed time, some cosmic error, two names crossed on a list. But you laughed like you meant to be found, not like something that God missed. Now I'm sifting through the wreckage of the good days, looking for the moment when wrong. Was it always gonna end this way, or did we just hold on too long? 'Cause I don't know if we were a mistake, or the sweetest wrong turn I ever made. I can't tell the difference anymore between the breaking and what came before. Maybe we were never meant to last, but God, I loved you in the past tense of a laugh. A happy accident, still holding on long after the accident is gone. Some nights I miss the version of the story where we were just lucky, not a slow motion crash. Some nights I know exactly what we were, two things that never should have lasted this long, this fast. So I don't know if we were a mistake, or the best wrong turn I ever made. I still replay it like a favorite song, even knowing now that it was always wrong. Maybe we were never meant to be, but I'm not sorry that you happened to me. A happy accident, that's what I'll say, even as I'm driving the wrong way.
Sunrise paints the eastern sky, a bruised peach, soft and low. I watch the vapors drifting by, where do the high ones go? Felt the damp earth neath my feet, cold morning, just a shiver. Dreamed of clouds so bittersweet, flowing like a silver river. Oh, to catch a cloud, just one, a whisper in my hand before it's gone, before it's done, lost to the sun-scorched land. stars with wishes. Thin and frail, they just slip through like time will pass, leaving a silent trail. Grandpa kept a matchbook in his coat, like a hymnal, like a vote. He'd strike one slow against the grain and say the cold was just a passing pain. The flame don't ask permission, it just climbs where it can go. Burns a fear right out of winter, turns the dark into a glow. Every ember's got a memory, every spark's a place to stand. We are kindling with a matchbook in our hand. I watched the barn go up in '09. Neighbors formed a bucket line, and something in that orange light made us forget we'd ever fought or fight. The flame don't ask permission, it just climbs where it can go. Burns the fear right out of winter, turns the dark into a glow. Every ember's got a memory, every spark's a place to stand. We are kindling with a matchbook in our hand. Ashes, just a letter that the fire wrote. Smoke's the only ghost we get to know. So hold your hands out, hold them near. Let the burning tell you why you're here. And when the last light leaves the sky, we'll be the coals that don't say die. Still glowing low, still holding on. A quiet fire long after the song is gone.
Met a man on the platform at 2 a.m. Said he lost his name in a card game out west. Called himself lucky, though nothing about him suggested he'd ever been blessed. He had dust on his sleeve from 100 towns and a coin he kept flipping just to hear the sound. Said the house always wins, but I keep playing anyway, like the losing's the only way he knows to stay. We're all just strangers passing through the dark. Some of us are running, some of us are marked. Some came here to take what was never theirs to hold. Everyone's a gambler when the night gets cold. There's a woman at the counter with a sparkling ring. Says she's not from anywhere, just following the spring. And a boy in the corner with his collar turned up high keeps checking out the window like he's waiting to say goodbye. The bartender don't ask and the jukebox don't judge, just pours out the whiskey and lets the silence budge. Everybody's carrying a story with no end. Everybody's looking for a stranger who's a friend. We're all just strangers passing through the dark. Some of us are running, some of us are marked. Some came here to take what was never theirs to hold. Everyone's a gambler when the night gets cold. No sheriff's coming, no dealer shows his hand. Just the same old dice thrown down on the same old sand. And maybe that's the robbery, pretending that we're strangers when we're just scared people looking for the same old danger. So here's to Lucky and his coin that never lands, and the woman with the ring from someone else's hands. Here's to all of us who wandered into rooms like this, half looking for an exit, half hoping we'll be missed. We're all just strangers passing through the dark. Some of us are running, some of us are marked. But maybe being lost is its own kind of home. Everyone's a gambler, nobody plays alone. You spoke in half-finished sentences, like you weren't sure I wanna hear. But I leaned in closer, caught every word, and something in me lost its fear. I showed you the parts I keep hidden, the cracks I don't let people see. You didn't flinch, you just kept looking like you were memorizing me. And the dark doesn't scare me, not when you're standing here. Every shadow you walk through somehow made you clean. You're the light I didn't know I needed, a quiet kind of go behind your eyes. I found a whole constellation in you, scattered stars I didn't recognize. And I think I finally understand what it means to hold somebody's hand and built something out of nothing, just two voices in a room, trading secrets like they're treasure, watching old wounds start to bloom into something softer. I've been so many places, looking for a feeling I could keep, but it was never in the distance, it was sitting here right next to me. You're the light I didn't know I needed, a quiet kind of gold behind your eyes. I found a whole constellation in you, scattered stars I didn't recognize, and I think I finally understand what it means to hold somebody's hand and call it home. So take my open heart, it's yours to keep. I'm done running, done searching, done being incomplete. Wherever you are, that's where I belong. You're the harbor, you're the quiet, you're the song. You're the light I didn't know I needed, quiet kind of go behind your eyes.
The river doesn't ask which way is right, it just keeps moving through the dark and light. I used to think I had to steer the current, now I'm learning how to just be sure of nothing. I lit a candle for the things I lost, watch the smoke go somewhere I can't follow. Some doors close before you get the reason, some prayers land in silence, not in seasons. So let it go, let it go. The answers I was chasing down the road, maybe peace was never in the knowing, maybe it's the quiet after all that showing. Let it go, let it go. I'm planting seeds I'll never see grow. There's a kind of faith in empty hands I don't need to understand. My mother used to say the sky don't know us, one single star it didn't have to show us. So I stopped counting all the things that scattered, started loving what was here, however tattered. But maybe the mountain never moves for praying, maybe the answer's in the staying, not the fixing, not the fight, just showing up and letting be alright.
The world keeps scrolling past my window, every face a little brighter than the last. I used to chase that endless static. Now I just want something built to last. So let the phone stay in the other room, let the evening take its time. Home is just a quiet kitchen. Home is just your hand in mine. Home is not a place I'm rushing, it's the slowest hour I can find. While the whole world keeps on running, I'll be sitting still with you, watching how the light moves slower when there's nothing left to prove. The trees don't care about the numbers, don't compare themselves to what they're not. They just grow the way they're growing, taking every season that they've got. So let the field stay wide and open, let the silence do the talking. Home is just a quiet kitchen. Home is just your hand in mine. Home is not a place I'm rushing, it's the slowest hour I can find. While the whole world keeps on running, I'll be sitting still with you, watching how the light moves slower when there's nothing left to prove.
Maybe I don't need the highlight reel. Maybe good is just this ordinary meal. The ones who love me don't need a caption, they just need me here, and that's enough.
Home is just a quiet kitchen. Home is just your hand in mine. Home was never about arriving, it's the being here over time. So let the whole world keep on running, I'll be planted here with you, growing slow like something living that was never meant to prove. No, it was never meant to prove anything at all but you. You don't say much when you walk in the room, just set the weight of your hand on the table. Outside the wind keeps arguing with June, and I'm too tired to be able.
I've been circling my own head all day, like a moth that won't land on the light. You just sit there, let the static fade, and somehow that makes it alright.
I don't need the answer, I don't two glasses, don't ask me why. I've been staring at the same wall for an hour. There's a kind of mercy in not asking why, and just being close, not being power. Everyone else wants to fix what's wrong, wants to hand me a reason, a plan, a line, but you just hum some half-forgotten song and let me borrow your kind of time. I don't need the answer, I don't need the fix, just a face I've known since before I broke. Some kind of quiet that isn't a trick, some kind of ground beneath the smoke. Oh, 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 oh. So stay a while, don't say a word. Let the dark come down soft and slow. I've been so far from myself, it's absurd how a little familiar can bring me home. Dust hangs cold in the late afternoon. Nobody's calling, there's nowhere I'm due. The gravel's still warm from a day burning slow. This is the only place I need to go. I used to chase the edge of every hour, counting what's been like it's some kind of power. But the crickets don't rush and the river don't ask. It just keeps moving, doesn't carry this is it, the whole of the thing. Not some far off summer, not some other spring. Just this porch light, this breath, this ground beneath my feet. I've been running toward a place I'm already in. There's a way to just stay in, to letting it be. No highway unwinding, no destiny. Just the hush before dark and the hum of the wires. And I'm not waiting anything higher. And maybe this is it, the whole of the thing. Not some far off summer, not some other spring. Just this open sky, this breath, this ground beneath my feet. I've been running toward a place I'm already in. So let the evening come the way it always does, unheard.
This is the moment, I'm already there.
Years old and barefoot running through a field I can't find twice. Every bee sting felt like something. Every summer had a price. I remember how the street lights used to call us home too soon, and I'd lie awake and listen to the house creak like a tune. I kept every stone I stumbled on, thinking weight meant they were mine. Carried grudges like they owed me, something lost along the line. There's a version of my mother standing young in amber light, and a version of my sorry that I never right. So I'm folding up the old roads, not to lose them, just to rest. Every ache I called a compass was just fear dressed up as best. I don't need to drag the harvest just to prove that I once grew. I can leave the field behind me and still love what I walked through. There's a photograph of laughing. I don't remember why we laughed, but I trust that boy believed it before anything went wrong. Maybe joy don't need a reason. Maybe wonder's just a door. And I'm learning I can open it without needing what's before. So I'm folding up the old roads, not to lose them, just to rest. Every ache I called a compass was just fear dressed up as best. I don't need to drag the harvest just to prove that I once grew. I can leave the field behind me and still love what I walked through. Thank you, small house. Thank you, long summer. Thank you, every wrong turn that somehow turned into a road. I'm not sorry it was heavy, I'm just ready to set it down. And I'm walking toward tomorrow with my hands wide open now. Nothing in them but the going and a quiet kind of vow. I don't need to keep the ashes just to know the fire was real. I can carry on with lightness and still remember how it feels.
The clock keeps saying things I don't wanna hear. You're still awake, I can tell by the static. 4 rings before you pick up the phone. Neither of us says the word sorry yet. I've been rehearsing this 100 times, standing in the kitchen with the lights turned off. Give me one more try, just one more line. I know the ink's already dry on how this ends, but people get it wrong and still come back around. Tell me there's a second chance somewhere in this town. You ask me why I said the things I said. I don't have an answer that's worth the phone bill. Somewhere between the whiskey and the quiet, I turned into a stranger in my own house. I've counted every window that's still lit on this street at this hour, just like mine. Give me one more try, just one more line. I know the ink's already dry on how this ends, but people get it wrong and still come back around. Tell me there's a second chance somewhere in this town. Maybe forgiveness isn't a door swung wide. Maybe it's just you still on the line, not hanging up when you had every right to in the morning, and you're still here. So give me one more try, one honest line. I won't pretend I didn't do you wrong this time. But if there's a version of us worth reaching for, I'll drive all night just to knock on that door. The clock keeps saying things I don't wanna hear, but you're still talking, and I'm still listening here.